The Peugeot Boxer has been around since 2006, but it's just received a major overhaul to keep it fighting fit and a strong contender in the large panel van class. As you can see, the most obvious update is to the design. Peugeot's given it a face similar to its passenger cars, although with a more flattened nose, because of course it's a van. It also has some new headlamps, and you can get those with some optional LED daytime running lights, which is similar to what you get on Peugeot's RCZ sports car. You can get the Boxer in 4 different body lengths: 4,963mm, 5,413mm, 5,998mm and 6,363mm in the longest version. There are 3 different roof heights too: 2,254mm, 2,522mm and 2,764mm. Gross vehicle weight ranges from 3 tonnes to just over 4 tonnes, which means that some younger people may need a HGV licence to drive Boxers over 3.5 tonnes. The load space of the Boxer is one of the best in this class, and this sliding door actually opens 1,250mm. And the good thing about that is that it means that, well, this prop is the same size as a standard Euro pallet, and I can fit it in this way through the door, which is really handy. If you need some extra versatility, you can actually get a sliding door on the other side as well. One of the standout features of the Boxer is how much space you've got between the rear wheel arches. I mean, look at that, there's so much room there. Easily fit a pallet in between, no problem at all. And all vans come as standard with a full length bulkhead to keep you and your cargo separate. And if you have one of the taller models, there's some extra storage space up here, which is nice and useful. There's loads of tether hooks about the place to keep your load secure. And as you've probably noticed already, there is this ply panelling throughout the van to protect the bodywork. Now that's standard, but if you don't want it, you can deselect it. Between the rear wheels, the Boxer measures 1,422mm, while in the rest of the van, the width is 1,870mm. This figure is one of the best in the large panel van class. Combine this with interior heights of up to 2,172mm, and total load volumes go from 8 metres cubed in the smallest model to 17 metres cubed in the largest Boxer. Payloads, they range from 1,115 kilograms to 1,900 kilograms. Actually, I should also show you this, because the Boxer has some new rear door hinges which have been designed to be more robust than before. As standard, the doors open 180 degrees, but you can get some which open 270 degrees on the options list. Inside, the Boxer features a redesigned dash with big chunky buttons and a new steering wheel, though the quality still can't quite match that of some of its rivals. However, in a first for a large panel van, the range-topping professional model gets a 5-inch touchscreen as standard, complete with integrated sat-nav, which is very easy to operate. The professional model also boasts parking sensors, but this particular van has the optional roof-mounted reversing camera too. That's invaluable when parking in tight spaces. The Boxer has some really impressive in-cab storage. You've got a nice handy tray underneath the driver's seat, and some roof bins there for keeping your newspaper. There's a glove box here, but if you want to store your valuables away, there's a lockable one here which is even bigger. There's a storage area up here on the dash, and over here a smaller area where you can keep your essential chocolate bar if you need to keep your energy up. Low to date, so hot it's melted, so I wish I'd put it in this little cubby up here because that's cooled by the air conditioning. We've also got some large side door bins there, and really big ones down the bottom where you can keep a drink if you want to. Now, the problem that I have is this single cup holder up here. If you notice, that's just going to fall out of there. It's not really a particularly great design. There are some more cup holders here if you fold this armrest down, but once again, they're really shallow as well. On the plus side, you do have somewhere to keep your notes, and there's another little clip up here on the dash. The double passenger seats come as standard, though you can have a single one if you like as a no-cost option. It's just a shame that as standard you don't get enclosed storage underneath to stop items sliding about. There are some other niggles too. For instance, you have to use 2 levers to alter the height of the driver's seat, and well, it's a little bit of a faff. Also, you can't alter the height of the steering wheel. You can only alter it for reach, and I do think that the steering wheel is slightly offset, so you do feel a bit
slightly twisted behind the wheel, and that can be a pain on longer journeys. And I have to say, there are other vans with comfier seats. Now, when I've got the seat in my ideal driving position, there we go, I find it a bit of a reach to the gear lever, although that could be just because I've got short arms. But having the gear lever up there out the way does free up a lot of space. So if you need to get out the other door, it's dead easy. There's lots of room. You can just, you know, slide across and you're out.
The Boxer is available with a 2.2 litre diesel engine with 110, 130 or 150 horsepower. Carbon dioxide emissions are as low as 180 grams per kilometre, while economy ranges from 41.5 miles per gallon in the smaller vans to 37.7 miles per gallon in the larger Boxers. You can even get a 3 litre diesel that has 180 horsepower and plenty of punch for very little trade-off in economy.
If you do lots of town driving, then the 130 horsepower 2.2 litre diesel is available with stop-start technology, and that reduces your carbon dioxide emissions by a further 5 grams per kilometre. As for the running costs, well, all engines now get cam chains rather than cam belts, and they last the life of the vehicle. Servicing intervals have been increased to an impressive 30,000 miles or 2 years, and the Boxer has some new brakes which are not only more powerful, but they last longer too.
And this brings us on to safety. ESP electronic stability control is standard equipment on the latest Boxer, along with an ABS braking system with emergency brake assist. You can also get lane departure warning as an option, and it's standard on 4-ton Boxers.
A driver's airbag, that comes as standard, but if you want one for the passenger or you want curtain airbags, you're going to need to pay extra for those. As for reliability, well, like I said at the beginning of the review, the Boxer has been around since 2006, and the good news is there are no major faults reported. In fact, this very latest model underwent 4 million kilometres of testing to make sure it's more than up to the job.
The Boxer has a turning circle between curbs ranging from 11.26 metres for the shortest van, increasing to 14.24 metres for the very longest version. But regardless of which model you go for, all Boxers have hill start. This holds the van on the brakes when you're on a slope just for a few seconds to make getting away that little bit easier.
The only problem is that when you do that kind of manoeuvre, you notice that, yeah, this 2.2 litre diesel engine is a little bit noisy under acceleration. The rest of the driving experience is pretty good though. The handling, it's sure-footed, and the Boxer feels nice and planted and stable at speed, and it's generally comfy. The suspension, although on really bad surfaces the ride can get a bit jittery. When you get into town though, it's actually, for a big van, very easy to drive. You've got great forward visibility, some fantastic large dual view mirrors there. The steering, it's nice and light. If I do have one complaint, maybe it's that the gear shift is a bit notchy, but if I'm honest, it's not that bad. So then, what do we think of the Peugeot Boxer? Well, it has a good range of body sizes, economical engines and impressive equipment. As for the negatives, well, I could say that the 2.2 litre diesel engine is a bit noisy, the seating position is slightly offset, and the cabin quality isn't quite as good as the best in class. However, these are really only minor niggles, and the updates to the Boxer mean it's still a compelling choice in the large panel van class, and that's why we give it a commendable 4 out of 5 stars.